Hey guys, it's Manny V here with Envious Gaming.
And I'm Chuck, and in this video we're going to be having a discussion about the Treyarch's version of Call of Duty, which is obviously Black Ops 3. We'll be going over some of the things we want to see and just having an in-depth conversation about it, and obviously giving you any information we know here first. So we'll get right into it. So Manny, we were talking earlier about the game. Obviously there's no release date. They're talking about like there may not even be one this year. I don't know.
Yeah, and there's a big rumor going on about zombies. There's a big fan base just alone on zombies, and a lot of people are saying they're not going to do it this year because Infinity Ward, they had their extinction, and they're saying Black Ops 3 is going to try something new this year. But then again, those are just rumors. I personally don't see why they wouldn't do it, because it's kind of a big asset to Black Ops. I just can't picture, even the title Black Ops without it having zombies. It just wouldn't be right, one without the other,
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's essentially what made the franchise what it is. From the get-go, as soon as they installed zombies on the Black Ops, Origins, obviously with Black Ops 2, took it to a new level with all the in-depth there. But I was actually referring to, they're talking about they might not even make a game this year. Well, I can't imagine that they wouldn't do that though. They've been pretty steady the past few years. Infinity Ward making Modern Warfare, and then Treyarch making Black Ops. You see him ever not being able to make? You see us going a year without a Call of Duty title?
No, I'm thinking it's because look at Madden. They do it every year. They release it every year. You got two big companies, Treyarch and Infinity Ward, working simultaneously, and they got a year break. So I don't see why they wouldn't be able to do it. NFL's doing it every year. You got a lot of developers working together. They're big titles. So obviously, they got more than enough resources to pull it off.
Right.
I definitely see a Black Ops title coming out this year. I think later in the year there might be some more info about release dates. You know how it usually starts.
Yeah, around summertime they come out with because the game Ghost came out in November, right? So I mean, right at the end of the year. That's when they've been getting released, is towards the latter part of the year. I think it's just Treyarch, Activision, and Treyarch and Infinity Ward, all three of those entities. They keep so hush mouth on everything. They try to keep it all indoors. And inevitably, something leaks out here and there. But obviously, you have I would say between both of us, you have the predominant zombie skills. You've obviously a lot more experienced in the zombie franchises with the Black Ops games. What are some of the things you think that they may have if let's say they do make a Black Ops 3 and it does come out at the end of the year? What can they do? Because I played Black Ops 2 as well, and I definitely want your opinion. What you think they can do to improve upon the zombie franchise? I mean, it seems like they did everything in Black Ops 2.
Right, and it makes you start to think, what can they do different? Zombies, it's kind of basic zombie platform they use. You got the waves and everything, but one thing I did see different, Black Ops 2, for the first time they had kind of like a role play feel. They had more storylines, and like Origins was a big breakthrough. You had a game ending, a sequel to it, and everything. So it's definitely come a lot further. I do see more storylines being played. Hey guys, we're back. Sorry about that technical error we had there. But as I was saying before, the weapons, I definitely see a bigger variety coming in. Pack-a-Punch, I'm thinking maybe a new level to Pack-a-Punch, because before you were able to Pack-a-Punch more than once or twice, but all it did was change your erectile, your scopes. I'm thinking this time they might add a little twist to it. I'd like to hear some of your ideas, what you think they might do with it, in the comments below. And I know there's a lot of fans out there, and me myself, I was always a Modern Warfare fan, over Black Ops. For Modern Warfare 3 was my favorite. Then I played Black Ops 2, kind of got into the zombie era for the first time, and it just sucked me in, and till this day, that's all I play. And I can't imagine purchasing a Black Ops game without it having zombies. In my opinion, I think they should kind of make their own game. I could see a zombies game, Black Ops Zombies game, without the multiplayer. You know, I would buy it, and I think a lot of people will. You know, I like to hear, what do you guys think? Should they go ahead and, you know, maybe make a zombie game itself?
Right, and I think they've been flirting with that. I think they actually, for Vita, they did have, I think it was for another console, they did bring out something. I can't think of it right off the top of my head, but it was something just zombies. I think it was Zombieland or something. But, you know, obviously it didn't garner as much attention because Black Ops with zombies in the game is just going to be the big seller. It's hard to sell a separate entity like that. But, yeah, no.
You almost feel like you're cheating them because you're getting 2 games for the price of one, you know?
Yeah, you actually play the zombies, I think, a little bit more than you play anything else. And that's another thing that we'll have coming up. You know, let us know what kind of you know, tutorials you want us to see from Black Ops 2, or Ghost for that matter. Manny V is the Call of Duty specialist, as we like to say in the NBS gaming team. So he'll have some tutorials coming out. Just let us know kind of what you want to see, and he'll definitely be able to hook that up. So
definitely be covering some walkthroughs, game reviews. We do everything from quick scoping to zombie game modes, kind of guides to get you higher rounds, everything. We'll get more into that today. You know, we're trying to cover the topic of Black Ops 3, and like everybody else, we are highly anticipating it, and we're definitely looking forward to it. As of now, there's no solid evidence of anything, no leaks about weapons. So, you know, a lot of people are throwing things about it in the internet, and you might read about it, but right now we don't have enough solid facts to kind of put anything out there.
Right, and one thing we don't want to do is obviously say that this is going to happen and give you false information. A lot of the things you see, you know, kind of misdirection, people saying, well, we know this and this and that. And the truth of the matter is that it really takes a while for everything to start getting leaked. They've been working on the game probably over a year now. Something I was thinking about, though, Manny, what do you think? Do you think that it's possible, let's say they release a Call of Duty Black Ops 3 this year. Do you think it's possible for the first time in this franchise that we can see vehicles being used in multiplayer online gaming, similar to maybe a Battlefield? Maybe not that in depth. Battlefield, I know, is air and ground and everything in between. But do you think that we can or even should Call of Duty go in that direction? And anyone watching, I want to see your views too. But what do you think, Manny? Do you think Call of Duty should go in the direction of starting to use vehicles?
I'm thinking that it would be a good idea, but I'm thinking, you know, maybe on different maps, not all their maps, because, you know, a lot of people like fast-paced maps, and in order to have a vehicle in a map, it's going to have to be kind of a larger scale map.
Right.
So, I mean, they could definitely make it usable. I've noticed there's been a lot more with the atmosphere and the gameplay being used, like different things blowing up and things like that. Maybe, you know, it could be like a snowmobile or something you could use, a bike. But it definitely, Modern Warfare and Black Ops have been adding larger scale maps to the game I've seen since, you know, the beginning, where Black Ops 1 and Modern Warfare 2. They were a lot closer, fast-paced maps. But now they're slowly getting bigger, and you know, their weapons are also changing, you know, a little longer range. So they could go backwards, you know, make it smaller again, or, you know, they could increase it. I don't know. I would myself like the close quarter maps, you know. I like fast-paced gaming. I'm a run and gunner, but everybody has their own style. Some people are more laid back, not necessarily campers, but kind of, you know, guard a certain area. But yeah, I mean, anything's possible. I could see them going towards the bigger maps, though.
Yeah, and bigger maps, and then that would make sense that they'd be able to use vehicles or something like that, because they can navigate across the map a little quicker, maybe using a snowmobile or something like that you were talking about. I think it would be cool. I think using vehicles would be cool. I mean, you know, I think Battlefield, what they to me, they just try to do too much. The great thing about Call of Duty is they keep it pretty simple. It's a first-person shooter. You're going to be pretty much, you spawn, you have your class, your setup, your get up, you have your tactical sense, what you want to do, and this is obviously in multiplayer online play, not referring to zombies at this point, but and even in zombies actually, you spawn, you have your setup, and it's what can you do with your setup compared to this person's setup. It's not necessarily a map strategy of, well, if I can get here, then I can get this, and I'll be able to do whatever kind of damage. Like in Battlefield, and even in some of the other games, Warhawk, the older game, if you got into a plane, you're pretty much set right there. I could see him going into vehicles. I'd like to see some kind of form. I'd like to see something change up. I mean, this is we've had a few titles now, quite a few titles, from Modern Warfare 2, where everything kind of exploded with Call of Duty, then into Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3, then Black Ops 2, and now Ghost. And it's, I'm not saying that it's stagnant, because they're doing pretty well, but Ghost brought Extinction, but I just want to see the next level, a small step in a bigger direction.
Right, that was their response to zombies, and obviously right. Infinity Ward saw what Black Ops did and the success they had with zombies. It brought in a whole different crowd. I've known and ran into players that never even played multiplayer. Mm-hmm. It's just straight zombies. They bought the game just for zombies. So, Infinity War obviously acknowledged that, and that was a response with Extinction. But in my opinion, it was a good game. It just didn't have the same feel. It was more like a story you kind of played through from beginning to end. And one of the reasons zombies are so popular is they have waves. Every wave gets harder and harder. You get more, faster, stronger zombies. So it was kind of missing that aspect, and I think that was their weakness. And I mean, it's still a brand new game. There's still a lot of work. They got more map packs. Who knows what they're going to do with it, or what content's going to be added onto it. But I don't know. I think Black Ops kind of has it nailed down with the zombies thing, and I think they should definitely kind of aim towards that area a little more, or equally as the multiplayer, because they're both equally balanced at this point. I don't think they can have one without the other.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a bunch of things that they can still improve upon. Let's say they don't do vehicles or something. If you did do zombies, I mean, maybe even have a like for instance, a hybrid team versus team matchup where you have computer players with a set number of zombie AI players, or you have computer players that's a mixture of zombie person controlled players and computer players that just have their own setup classes. There's a lot of different game modes they can come up with. I'm sure they've already developed by now. They're more than halfway through the game, you would have to think. So we'll have to see what happens. What other things can you think of that may come out or may change in Black Ops 3? Again, this is providing that it comes out this year. There has been a small rumor going around that it might not even come out. We think it will.
One big thing I hope they keep, there's a lot of quick-scoping fans out there. Obviously, that's become a big controversy.
Yeah, you see it all over YouTube.
Yeah, are they going to have the quick-scoping? Because, they'll kind of take the aiming assist off. The scope isn't as steady, and they said in Ghost they weren't going to have it. Even one of the producers was on an E3 trailer, and they kind of leaked, that they might not have it. But as you can see, I played the game personally, and they have it. It's a really good game. You can quickscope in. So Black Ops 3, they might keep it. They might not. I'm hoping they do. But so far, from 2 to 3, big difference. I mean, 1 to 2. 1 didn't have it. 2, they kind of focused more on it. So I think quick scopers themselves have made a game and ground for themselves now that the gaming producers see, kind of like the zombies, and they want to make their fans happy. So I do see them keeping the quick scoping, and
and it almost seems like we have that conversation every year, though. The last few games, it just seems like there's always a rumor that they're not going to have quick scoping, or you're not going to be able to quick scope like you would. Like they're going to slow that down because it's almost an automatic kill. But I don't see why they'd ever take that out of the game, because it's only an automatic kill if you have the skill to do it. There's a lot of people that don't. I mean, you can look on YouTube and you see the skill level just on YouTube is tremendous. You know, you got some of the best ones like Optics and stuff like that, and then you have some people that are putting up some of their montages and they have 4 or 5 misses before they'll get a kill.
Right, and it's a lot of trial and error. You know, the videos you see, and a lot of times they are really good, but there's a lot of bad videos before they get that good one. And some people are just generally good at it. But it's definitely fun, and it's a challenge. And I have a big respect for quickscopers. And you know, there's people out there that can do just as good with the machine gun. You know, it's all balanced on the player and the way you want to play it. But with that in the game, it kind of lets the player, you know, gives them freedom to play the way they want to. So, you know, it'd be sad if a guy that does a lot of sniping, quickscoping, doesn't get that aim assist that he needs, or the gun doesn't respond the way it did in Black Ops 3 and Modern Warfare 3 and Ghost. So we all look forward to that, and hopefully they keep it. I think they should switch up the guns a little. We're seeing a lot of repetitive guns here lately, but I'd like to see different guns. Maybe some different explosives and stuff like that. Ghost, you know, you can kind of customize your character, which is pretty neat. But for the first time, there's a lot more. They got in depth with that. And I'd like them to keep that and see more about that.
Right, and like you said, it almost seems like, you know, with Call of Duty, the Black Ops franchises, you almost know what to expect when it comes to weapons, MP5, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And therefore, with the Call of Duty, what was Modern Warfare, now it's switched to Ghost, and that'll be interesting to see what Infinity Ward does next year when they come out with their version. Is it going to be Ghost 2? Are they going to change it back to Modern Warfare? It's going to be interesting to see how they do that. But I don't know. Hopefully the Black Ops 3 comes out this year. There's going to be a lot of additions, obviously. If they can just, you know, upgrade a few things, it's going to sell like crazy. They always do. I mean, it's probably the biggest buzzed game of the year.
Yeah, now you have people that are, it's kind of like a team. Kind of like you got your Xbox and PlayStation team. Now it's like you got your Black Ops and your Modern Warfare teams. So it's kind of like, it's like a new trend going on. It's just, it's a different feel. It's not just Call of Duty no more. It's Black Ops and Modern Warfare.
Right.
So
you almost see that too. It's almost like people fall into slots. It's like you almost have to wait 2 years for your game to come out. So, because, you know, we have a lot of friends that are gamers, and inside Envious Gaming, we have gaming friends that big Black Ops fans. And then Ghost came out, and some people actually gravitated towards Ghost, and then, like Black Ops fans would normally do, they rejected it. But like me personally, I'm a big fan of the Modern Warfare. You were for a while. I think Black Ops 2 kind of changed you over to Treyarch. Because, again, I don't think Ghost did enough with Extinction, like you were saying earlier. They have 14 hives. Once you get to that, I mean, that's pretty much a wrap. You know, there's no external things you can do with that. So, but again, they'll build off of it, I'm sure.
Right, and it's a very strong multiplayer game, and in the multiplayer aspect of it, it's my favorite. Modern Warfare, to me, you know, in my opinion, has a better multiplayer. I like the way the guns respawn and the way they're set up. But I'm also a fan of Black Ops. You know, they're not striking at Black Ops. I like it too. It's just my favorite, personal, is Modern Warfare. But then again, you know, so I'm torn between both titles, which is kind of good. Because every year I'll have a title that I'm looking forward to. Because you know, Black Ops comes out, then I'm gonna play zombies. That's what I want. And Modern Warfare comes out, you know, I'm looking towards the multiplayer, and they have a Infection, which is actually a fun game. So it's kind of like a zombie, but nobody really gets turned and nothing. They just become really fast characters.
Yeah, they just become infected. Yeah.
Exactly.
And you're going to think I'm probably crazy, but my favorite game still in the franchise, Modern Warfare 3 to me was a great game. Probably Modern Warfare 2 is probably still to me the best game that they came out with. I think maybe just because it was groundbreaking, I don't know. But used the maps like Wasteland and Rust and all those. We had a lot of memorable bouts there.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 3
It's kind of
was
funny when you can look back at memories like we were actually there in person.
Yeah.
I can remember instances where me and you had like a little riot shield party, and we ganged up on one of our members.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So,
I've never heard a grown man scream like that.
There's definitely a lot of fast-paced action in Modern Warfare 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, and yeah, I think it was one of their best titles, and hopefully, we get to see a lot more of that with future games coming out, and I just think we'll slowly get better. I could see Extinction getting bigger. Right now, like I said, it's fresh. We can't really judge it for what it is, but they're trying something different, which is really good. It's like we said, it's a free game within a game, so all it is a win for us, really.
Right. Yeah. As long as these two companies are battling,
Right.
the winners are going to be the consumers. So we've been talking about it a lot. Now we want to hear from you. I don't really have too much more than I have on my wish list. I'm sure things will evolve. Manny, do you have anything else that you kind of want to add as far as the conversation goes to Black Ops 3?
No, I just like see some of people's ideas on comments below. Let us know what you think and what you hope to see in the future. And we'll give you some feedback on what we think. And I'd like to thank you for watching our videos, and we'll keep you up to date on all of your Call of Duty and gaming needs.
Yeah, and make sure you subscribe and check out Envious Gaming Facebook page. Both those the links will be in the description box below. And let us know what games you want us to discuss next. Reviews, tutorials, walkthroughs, so on and so forth. All the games at your hands and at the tips of your fingers. That's what we want to be. So leave your comments, subscribe, like, favorite, and we'll be back soon tomorrow with another video and another discussion topic. And if you have any suggestions, please let us know. But for right now, that's all from Envious Gaming. I'm Chuckum.
And I'm Manny. Thanks for watching.
And we're out.